Powell, Osborne, Kittle, Addison, and Madison. I like the alliteration. They're on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today. We're talking Monday Night Football. San Francisco 49ers, Minnesota Vikings. We're doing it on DraftKings, but we're doing it right after this. First, hit that like button. And then sign up at Prize Picks using the link in the description of this video. You're going to get up to $100 on your first deposit at Prize Picks. So you put in 100, you get another 100. Cannot beat that deal. And 1 month of our Odd Shopper premium package. NBA starting up soon. If you're looking to get into the sports betting space, this is the tool for you. You get to check it out for a month. Shop the lines, props, sides, totals. Take a market-based approach to beating the books. If you hate it, it costs you nothing. Cancel at any time. All right, first up at number 5, we're going to TJ Hockenson, 8,800, projected right around 15 fantasy points. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. Vikings are 6.5-point dogs, so we're expecting Kirk Cousins to have to throw. I think Hockenson benefits from that a lot, especially no Justin Jefferson around these parts. 43-point total, not very exciting. Only a 1% chance to go for more than 30, but a 9% chance to be your optimal captain. You can see Hockenson getting a 2-touchdown day. 8,800 will get him in there. 34% then at the flex. That gets him to 43%. He actually beats out Alexander Madison. I think a lot of that has to do with the way the line is on this game. Speaking of Kirk Cousins, he's in here at number 4, 10,600, projected for about 17 and change. Again, Vikings are pretty sizable dogs in this one, and I think he's going to have to throw a lot. It would be a lot better for him if he could be throwing to Justin Jefferson, but that's not going to work out for him today. 7% chance to go for more than 30. 6% chance to be your optimal captain. So you're kind of looking for 28, 29, 30 out of Cousins. He's just going to have to... Every touchdown for the Vikings is probably going to need to come from Kirk Cousins one way or the other. Another 39% at the flex. He looks good. If this game can stay competitive, I expect Kirk Cousins to be involved in the optimal lineup. First guy to cross the 50-50 club is Brandon Aiyuk, 10,800, projected for 18 and change. Now, Niners, 6.5-point favorites. Very different game script. Still 43-point total. That doesn't change. But 10% chance to go for more than 30 for Aiyuk. 15% chance to be your optimal captain. I think Aiyuk is looking pretty good in that spot, but we still have 2 more players to talk about. Another 36% at the flex. Add them both together, 51% optimal. He's the first guy to pass the coin flip mark. Hard to not like Aiyuk in this spot. So many weapons for San Francisco for sure, but one is missing, and that opens things up quite a bit for Aiyuk. In at number 2, we're going to Brock Purdy, 10,200, projected for about 18.5 fantasy points. He's going to steer the ship for today for the Niners. 9% chance to go for more than 30. So you don't expect this massive ceiling day, but 9% chance to be your optimal captain. So to me, it's saying you need to be in that like 28 to 32% range. 28 to 32 point range for Brock Purdy to be in the optimal lineup at captain, but another 44% at the flex. That's what opens it up here. Purdy gets into this number 2 spot. You're expecting him to do a little bit more. No Deebo Samuel matters. I'm assuming we're getting McCaffrey. We're obviously going to talk about him as this next player. But if I'm going to anybody else for San Francisco, I think it's got to be Purdy because I think his floor is higher than anybody else for the Niners. And then you get to the obvious number 1 play. As long as he is in, he is the top dude in this game. Christian McCaffrey, 12K price tag, doesn't matter. 22 plus fantasy point projection. He's involved in every facet of the game. He's going to get targets, receptions, a bunch of carries. It's really hard to keep him from like under 100 total yards. I mean, that's just bonkers when it happens. 15% chance to go for more than 30. That's higher than anybody else on the slate. 24% chance to be your optimal captain. He just takes up such a giant piece of this Niners offense. And with no Deebo Samuel, I think that share gets even bigger. He's 38% in the utility spot. That would put him 7th overall on the slate. I know it's a lot of salary, and I know what we're looking at. Now, don't forget, 37% of the time, he's not in the optimal, but 2/3 of the time, Christian McCaffrey is the best play you will find. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday Night Football, Niners and Vikings. There's a FanDuel version of this video around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck, everybody. Win some money. I'll be back again Thursday morning for another edition of the Contenders.